what this is, right? And so once I was told that, I was like, this is it. This is what I should have been told day one when I was given the job. What is my job? I was told my job was just to dance and make my partner winner. Say no more. Say no more. When do we start? Give me whoever. I don't care who it is, because I know that my work ethic will prevail in that format. When the format became not about winning, okay, but then it's not what. How do I apply my work ethic? What do I apply it for? Towards, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's not about this, okay, cool. So now I was told at the end of my dancing stars career, it's an act. It's a curtain up, curtain down, and the audience bought metaphorical tickets, sat down, turned the TV on, that channel, and now they're watching this, right? And so when you come out and make it about yourself, they're confused. They're like, we don't get it. We don't see it, you know? And so that's when I realized how that moment, although career pushing maybe, was at the same time like just a confusing moment for someone who was sitting there with their grandma who doesn't really care about the lot, just sees the dances and sparkles and loves the walls of it and all of that, and watches it with her granddaughter, son, whatever, third generation. So the beauty of the show for me was understanding that this show is only beautiful if you get that awkwardness out of it, you know? And so for me, bringing some personal stuff into the piece of the show that isn't about that was kind of like, it's just a little awkward. And so that's what the reality is now for me. But I think that my forte is probably the stage, you know, in that sense. If you like what I do and the product is great, and I think I'm a big body that was able to figure out the movement, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm you know, just if I were to evaluate myself from the side, you know, I would find a lot of flaws. But if I were to point at some things that work, is the size, the movement, the way I carried the set, you know, the space, and what I'm able to do with it. Obviously, with the experience of speaking and delivering to the different types of audience, you know, that's what I love doing right now. But like I said, Dancing with the Stars was a bit confusing for me for the first X amount of years. Then it became frustrating, and then at the tail end, I had my aha moment. I was like, oh, that would have been a different career path. You know what I mean? So it is what it
Wow.
is.
I find that so interesting because just as someone who's watched basically every season, you've had so many interesting partners. Just in particular, what about there's a lot of Housewife fans that are listening to this now. Yes, this was pre-Housewives, but what was it like working with Denise Richards?
I was about to say, well, you're gonna name Denise. Denise was lovely. She was sweetheart, and it's so funny. The world is a tiny place, but I ended up being neighbors for about 3 years with Charlie Sheen. And my wife, Peta, actually saved him from some nut job that was some chick was trying to kill him or something. I don't know. She fell in love. And Peta stepped in and wrestled her. I mean, it was a huge story, by the way. I'm not going to talk about it. But the point is, Denise was awesome. She was great. She was lovely. She loved dance. She wanted to do the show. She was just not a very good dancer. And she would say, oh, well, wouldn't put words in her mouth, but just not very good at it. So we tried, we did our best. I don't actually remember anything negative at all. I was just disappointed maybe with the fact that, I wish it could have been better. I could have done better. I don't know. I wish I could have done better. I would take it upon me to not maybe figure it out. We had a process. The show was very fast. It was coming at you quick. By that time, I already figured out, the most efficient way of working, right? So you can't really spend 9 hours with somebody one day because the next day their brain is fried. They can't really work anymore. We're not really working with dancers, but we're dancers. We don't know any other way of working. So that was the process. With Denise, it was she needed more time. She would have done better with more time, more preparation, but we just didn't have that time. And she was very busy with the kids, and she was very a dedicated mom. I like a lot of things about her. We just didn't spend enough time for me to even gossip, to be honest. The negative stuff, I don't think there was any for me. So in terms of the housewives, I know she's a big hit now, and or been for a while in that genre. I haven't seen it. I know Peta is huge on the Housewives. She knows everybody's participation. She's also never said anything bad about Denise. I know she had that one episode where she got like drunk or something, but
recently. I was going to say, well, Peta can come on here and talk Housewives with me any day she would like.
Yeah.
There was this story out there about Charlie Sheen, but wait, when you live next door, Peta went over and had to like rescue this girl from like breaking into his house.
No, I get a call, and then again, this is that breaking thing, but I get a call because we already said it. And she's like, babe, Charlie's outside. He's screaming, help, help. I'm like, what should I do? I'm like, well, you should probably go help. I was like, go see what it is. She's like, okay. She calls me back, and the story is that there was another neighbor she ended up getting committed to some kind of institution because she was insane. Like, what came out one time, there was like garbage everywhere. And anyway, so I guess she came in and she was just obsessed with Charlie. And when I say we're neighbors, I saw Charlie every morning, dropping off kids in school, picking up this and that. I saw his kids in the house. He's a lovely dude. We spoke a bunch of times. He's a great guy. He loved Peta, was super nice with her, our dog, our son. Like, we had this sort of neighborly kind of whatever, but because we know exactly this is, we're jaded by, not jaded, but we're from this world. We're like, we just kept the distance, his privacy, and everything else. And so she then calls me back, and I'm already intrigued. She calls me back. She's like, "Oh my God!" So yeah, this lady was in his house. He had just come back from somewhere, and he was tired, and she barged into his home. Anyway, so when Peta walked up, and she saw him all distressed. She didn't notice, but the chick was behind him, clawing on him, ripping his shirt off. She grabbed him by his. It was terrible. And so Peta said that she had to physically handle this lady, and I was like, damn, babe. So I was super proud of Peta. But yeah, that was this hilarious story. But you should definitely ask her. She'll tell it better.
I will ask her. It's such an LA story too.
Oh, and the kicker. And so yeah, again, I haven't spoken to Denise in a very long time. And so then I get this text, and I look in the text, and so it's a group text message. Denise, Charlie, me, and Peta. And Denise is like, thank you so much for handling blah blah blah.